introduce yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Danielle Williams, and I am a licensed professional counselor and approved clinical supervisor in the state of New Jersey. And I do have a private practice that is located in Somerset, New Jersey. I see people in person and online. The website is dcwtherapy.org.
Well, thank you. The high demand and the need. And I think the question that we have for today was, what did that young lady say? Photos. So she says, as a Black woman, what are the benefits of going to a Black therapist instead of any other? And before you answer that, I'm going to just kind of throw that out there that you don't just see Black people, obviously. You see all walks of life. Yeah. But I just want to throw that out there. Are You Mine is pretty much just shedding light to mental health, of course, with the focus on Black mental health, because the statistics and the likelihood of our people seeking mental health treatment are very low. So I want to throw that out there first, because they're like, she doesn't see Black people? No. She does see all walks. And are you a private practice?
I'm in private practice, right?
Nice. So then you also accept cash then as well.
Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do.
So that out there. Yeah. Okay, thank you. But yeah, so you can go on ahead and answer however way you see fit.
So I believe that all therapists are trained and licensed in the fields of interest, right? And so they're all knowledgeable, all helpful, all have some expertise in their field, right, or their realm. However, going to a Black therapist versus another race affords an individual, that opportunity to connect with someone that not only looks like them or similar to someone in their family, but just understands certain dynamics as well, like family dynamics, community, interpersonal struggles, culture. There's so many different layers to us that not necessarily you would understand if you were not from our background. And so it just allows a person to really connect and feel at ease. Now, when a person feels more connected and at ease, they can dig a little deeper. Yes. They can feel like, all right, this person isn't judging me for how I look, how I talk, how I am expressing myself, but they are actually hearing me. And when a person feels heard, they want to kind of express more and explore deeper issues that sometimes we were trained to hold in and never discuss. Like, be strong, like, don't cry. What are you crying today for? Like, go on about your business. Like, right? So
go on about your business. Yes, that's my favorite line. Yes.
But it's like, no, we really do need to express ourselves. We really do need to let it out. We need to heal so that it's generational, right? Like, it's generational wealth, so that our children know how to handle situations and they're not just going to the playground and beating everybody up because they're mad and had a bad day.
Hello?
Right?
Yes.
Okay, it happens, right? Like, and so, you want to kind of verbalize what is going on. You want to be able to express to your child why you're angry, why you are upset, so that they can learn how to have those same social skills as well. So it's just a lot more. And so when we go to someone that we feel connected to, it just allows us to really be able to do that. And, it's needed, and that's just makes you feel comfortable. Bottom line.
Thank you. I already have like stats on that, but with us having like that background and me also being like a first generation immigrant with another set of lens in regards to you don't have time to even be sad. You don't have time. Chop,
yeah.
And you're like, but this y'all brought us here, like, like I asked to be like, I would have been happy, but God's grace, you know what I mean? Like, I think, because our family knit is there. So
I'm gonna breathe.
Say that, yes. We don't have a choice now, because I feel like there's many indirect tensions that's now present and has now presented themselves in the forefront. We feel it, we see it, we know it. So now we really don't have a choice but to acknowledge it. And again, this started for me in 2019, well before the whole world shut down. And not that tidbit, for that role of for that in-depth and entailed message in regards to the generational wealth. I like how you put it in that form, because it is a form of generational wealth, not just monetarily, but also teaching our children the best practices in regards to how to process our, what they call it, big emotions, right? When we're talking to the children, how to process those big emotions. So as I told you this morning, I got a little sidetracked because I was literally having a moment myself. I lost 2 aunts within 1 week last week, and it just hit me.
Yeah.
Just hit me today. And my daughter, she came up to me and I was like journaling, because I take, listen, I'm all about that therapy life. Is it a heart healthy? Do I need to? I paused. Let me go back to my notes. Let me go to my coping mechanism. Okay, breathe. All right, journal. Okay, write that letter if you need to. Right?
Yes, write that letter. Don't write it.
So she's like, "Are you crying?" I'm like, "Yes, I am." Like, she's like, and I remember someone telling me one time, like, I cried in front of my children. I'm like, and so they're yours. Why? Who else? They should be able to see mommy cry. They be able to see even dad cry. Like, oh, she lost somebody. No, like, yeah, I lost my best. I lost my aunties. She knows she has aunties now. She knows what it is. She's like, okay. I said, I'm gonna be okay. I was like, it's just like laughing. It's an emotion. Mommy's body. Mommy's not processing it. Just went downstairs, got me some tissue and all. Like, take a break. Go ahead, take a break, girl. And thank you for giving me this moment. But yeah, it's a form of release. And I told her, like, as far as me, cry for me. I've never been one to be ashamed to cry. I love you. I miss you. Like, that's like my personality. But some may deem it as, in our community, as weak, soft. Suck it up. Oh, I've gone through so much and I didn't have to see anybody. Okay, you didn't. Good for you. However, that may present itself, right, in another form. And I like how you mentioned like the children going on the playground and going to beat somebody else up because what? Most likely probably some bottled up. And that addressed and or released. So thank you so much for putting it in that realm, because right now that's the whole, we all generational wealth, it's the great resignation. Everybody's like, quit the job.
But what else are you doing? Right? What else are you doing? And it's like, it can be long lasting if you really just look inward and fix what's going on. There's nothing wrong with crying, letting it out. You're human. Be human.
But we've been conditioned for so many years because we have been, I say we, because even though, when nobody cares that I'm a first generation immigrant, when they see me, they see a black girl. So we have been conditioned to not be human because have been told that we weren't human, right? So we, in some, we've kind of been conditioned psychologically to feel like superhumans. So whereas I don't cry, I push through. I've seen them shoot my cousin or kill somebody right in front of me, but I'm alright.
You're emotionally connected.
Woo! Desensitized. You don't even feel it no more. I had to check in with myself too when I lost my auntie. My aunties, I was kind of like, whoa. Like, are you desensitized now? I have to check in with myself now because I'm like, but I allowed my body to, it processed it, and then I finally realized, like, oh wow, I lost somebody in 2 weeks. Let me take it easy on myself. Thank you. Listen, I'm learning. Listen, I take I live this. I'm not just talking. I'm truly like an advocate in walking the walk and not just talking the talk. I beg you. This is a very real thing because I watched my mom, and I'm sure you've seen it, but now that she's no longer, I've seen them work themselves literally to the ground, figuratively, in every shape, because we're being so strong, and what was the term you used? Going about your business.
All about your business. That's what they were seeing growing up, and that's what they have learned to do. And unfortunately, you're right, like, it's just generational, and it's just something that, we weren't really humanized, and so that we just learned how to adapt. But now we're learning how to cope and express, and it's different. It's different for other people that aren't used to seeing us do it, right? It's different for them. too, but you gonna understand today, boo. And you gotta process it, and you gotta be okay with it. But it's really looking inward and realizing, like, what can you be doing differently, and how can you go about it, and just giving yourself some grace, even if it's just small windows of time, like you said, just for space to kind of breathe and write down some things and process. It's okay. You're not going to be perfect overnight. It's a process. It's a journey, but that's your life. Like, you have the opportunity to do it. So live that and enjoy it.
Thank you. I don't think, I had more, but I think I just want to leave it there. I think I just want to leave it right there. Just like right there. Live it and enjoy it. And that is the whole the premise of it, to enjoy your life. We're not to just work ourselves to the ground. We are still human beings. We still breathe. We still can see the sun rising each day. Literally taking a moment to, what do they say? Smell the roses, right? Literally taking a moment to smell the roses. We've been conditioned so long to just continue to plow away. Oh, you've been such a breath of fresh air. I just want to leave you right there. I want to leave it right there. Okay. In that moment, is there anything else you wanted to say or add?
No, I think that's good. I think it's a great outlet. I think the more that you give into this yourself, the more happy you will be. And only you can create your own peace and happiness. So do that. You deserve to do that for yourself.
Thank you so much, Danielle. And you are more than welcome whenever you want to come back. We'd love to have you. Just opening that, just throwing that extended invitation out there so that,
Yeah. But let me know. Listen, I'm always around. I'm always around, especially for MSU graduate,
Thank you so much for your time. You enjoy the rest of this Friday. Enjoy your weekend. And happy spring, because it's about to be spring this weekend. So, hey.
And it better act like it, too. That's right.
That's right. Because last weekend I said it was freezing. It was freezing last weekend with the cold. So, and I was like, it was spring next week.
No more.
Yes. So thank you again, ladies and gentlemen. This is Danielle. How do you pronounce your last name again?
Cromartie Williams.
Yes, Danielle Cromartie Williams. Oh my gosh! And thank you, family. Look, kiss the babies.
Thank you.
Well, all right. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Danielle Cromartie. Okay, she is a licensed professional counselor. I don't want to mess up her title. But she's a licensed professional, mental health professional, and she treats within the state of New Jersey. And as you heard, there is a higher need and there's a higher demand. There's a strong demand for mental health professionals. Specifically Black mental health professionals, because we have now realized that the time for change is now, as our previous president had campaigned. And it's true. She made a point. A lot of people don't want to acknowledge the fact that we are human. We've been dehumanized. We have been dehumanized for so long. So whereas when we are now ready to say, hey, I am a human being too. I need a break. It is almost viewed as a problem. Heck, I was fired for speaking up for my rights. They fired me. I was probably given too much pushback. Who she thinks she is? We already gave her FMLA. We gave her FMLA already, so what's the problem? What do you mean with the problem? I am still a human being. And not only am I a human being, I'm working at my pace. And not only am I working at my pace, I'm working to my as best as I can. Based on the cards that I've been dealt. And I'm not only doing your job plus more, I'm doing the job. I'm efficient at it. You can check my statistics, my numbers show for it, but what is it? Because I'm not doing it the way that you want me to do it? Do you know that you have rights? Do you know that there's something called the American Disabilities, called the ADA, American Disability Association? So if you have been on any believe you can file a report against any employer that is not honoring your ADA accommodations. Okay? So when you're going on FMLA and you submit that paperwork, as you heard, right, through the insurances and things of that nature, we know that this is a bureaucratic system and it's a society, and that's fine, right? But we also have to start utilizing those resources that are available to us. That is your right. You are working for these organizations, you are working for them. You're sacrificing your time, your family's time. You are giving them your talent, your creativity, your life. You're pouring it into these organizations, and if they cannot see you as a human being, to whereas you've lost a parent, to whereas you've even lost a parent, and you said, you know what, I will return, and they're still pushing, cranking the whip, for lack of better terms, pushing you, go faster, rev it up. Rev what up? Rev what up exactly? I'm sorry. We're still in the 1800s? Is that your form of cranking the whip? And I am one to speak. If any one of you need any assistance on how to file for FMLA, book a consultation. If any one of you need assistance in finding a therapist, book a consultation. The time for change is now. No longer are the days where we be silenced and dehumanized. Anxiety is real. Depression is real. Alcoholism is real. Eating disorders are real. Mental health is real. It not only just applies to those of European descent, it applies to all human beings. We all have a central nervous system. Thank you. Are you mad? Yes, I am! Yes, I am. And yes, some of you may call me mad in regards to. Let's discuss. Let's unpack this logo here. Let's unpack it. I have to kind of skew down a little bit to see it. Let's unpack this logo. Are you mad? Are you mad? No, are you mad? Are you crazy? We're not seeing us as human beings too. Are you? Are you mad? Those same laws, they apply to us as well, right? We the people? Thank you. We the people will exercise our rights. My previous employer actually got we'll come back to that. But I know, God knows, the universe and the powers that be knows why I was used to maybe spread this message. Yes, I'm crazy enough. I'm mad enough to come forth with this message, because I don't want my daughter to have to go through this. I don't want my niece or nephews to have to go through this. I don't want anyone, my neighbors or I don't want anyone that is of African descent to have to go through this. We've jumped through hurdles long enough. We've even dehumanized ourselves. And now it's time to come back to reality. Come back home. Home being yourself. Home being your center. Connecting back to that person, that human being, that if you place your right hand over your chest, still has a heartbeat. Who can hear me? Who can hear this message? Who can see me? This is personal. This brand is so personal to me. It is so personal because I did everything that I was supposed to do, that I've been told to do as a citizen of this country. I watched my parents. Well, I didn't watch them because they came here. I was born in this country, and there may even be folks back home that look at me as if I was born with a silver spoon. I even had an aunt tell me I should be grateful that my mom brought me back here, or else I'll be walking around in Ghana like my sisters. And I was so taken aback. I never felt so insulted in my life. Here I am wanting to be closer to my family. Like, you all may have your families, or your grandmothers, or your great aunts, and your aunts, and your parents, siblings, and things of that nature. Maybe easily within this, maybe on this, at least on the same continent, right? And here I am wanting to just be closer to home, closer to where my mom grew up, and my dad may have ran and played soccer and whatnot. I just wanted to just find that connection. So I am no different. I'm just like you. Literally trying to find my way home. But I know that home first starts with me. And those who would agree. Welcome. Bonjour. So thank you so much for listening. My name is Nicole Nuno. I am the creator and founder of Are You Mud? The podcast for the people. I thank you so much for your time. I thank you so much for listening in on that brief interview. I have more questions for Danielle, but given the nature of the conversation, that's all I needed. All I just needed was just a tidbit of insight. All I wanted was just a tidbit, a fraction of insight, just give us something, You all met Mr. Michael in our last Meet a Black Therapist interview, and I'm going to keep opening up this platform to more therapists who want to discuss any topics that is of interest or that may be prevalent to our times. And the time for change is now. It's not okay. Listen. Get ready for season 5 of the podcast. It's a loading. This is a faith ball. What I'm doing is outside of the norm. It's not easy in any least bit. It's generally living with faith, believing what is right, and literally standing on that, and allowing the universe, gods, the powers that through that. This is a holistic journey. This is holistic healing. We're healing our minds. We focus on we heal our bodies. We focus, and our souls. These are the 3 components. Your Christian, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Right? You can break that down. You can unpack that in whatever way you want to unpack it. So I want to thank you. Again, for just taking the time to listen in to someone like myself, a first-generation immigrant who was born in America, whose roots are traced back to Ghana, West Africa, who's watched all of her parental figures pass away, and even now their siblings passing away. Processing grief, understanding that death is normal. Some forms are not as normal, like homicide. And I just want us to just start being real with ourselves. It's okay. It's okay to be human. you're listening, as always, you see we have our lovely here. Feel free to patronize our shop that supports our production. It's at arugmad.com. That's ARGH, the letter UMAD.com. If you want to meet with Danielle, she is booked and busy. I would highly recommend that you go through me, and then I will then check her. We can then synchronize a schedule. She may prioritize you based on the fact that she's aware of platform that she's just going on. So I would always highly, I'm more like your middleman. So first, contact me, and then I kind of see if it's a good fit. Kind of like your therapist, matchmaker, an actual person. You don't have to go through an AI. I do ask some preliminary questions, of course, just to check your background and see, what it is that you may be needing assistance with, and then I will match you up and pair you with a therapist that specializes and may be able to assist you, and that may be a good pair. And then you let me know, hey, I looked them, or hey, I could probably use somebody else, because it's sort of like I said, finding a therapist is like dating. And it took me a little while to find someone that I felt comfortable with. And once I did, I didn't let go. I did not let go. And take therapy seriously. Take the notes. Whatever that they're suggesting, apply it, try it. If it doesn't work, say, hey, I tried it and it doesn't work. This is not for me. And that's what I was doing with the first psychologist that I saw. I always recommend psychologists and actual therapists. I'm not a big advocate of I don't want to say I'm not an advocate of psychiatry, because it is needed, but in terms of starting, I would always start with talk therapy. And if this is something that you and your therapist suggest, of course, you and your therapist or psychologist can suggest taking it to the next level of psychiatry. I'm a little bit reserved on Western idealism. We can discuss about that. We can listen to that in the podcast. It's kind of my lane. Yes. Again, we have the podcast. Go book a free consultation. Let's get you set up with a therapist. If you want to even just discuss FMLA and how that applies to you, I can definitely assist with that. I've applied for FMLA. I've applied for FMLA twice. First time I applied for FMLA, it was at the latter part of my mom's life, and by the time, so my mom passed away. Let's say I completed the paperwork on a Friday, right? I rushed and got the paperwork signed by her doctor on a Friday to confirm that, she is ill, so that I could be by her side. She passed away that Sunday, and then that following Monday, I got approved for FMLA. So yeah, this is very personal. Okay. Yeah, are you on? No one wanted to hear me. No one wanted to hear me. So I may have probably spent a little bit more time, but I know I got the time that God and the universe allotted for me. I'm very much thankful for it. But I am going to wrap up this episode. And yeah, that's it.